Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us, every single day. We're talking about money. It drives economies, builds empires, and shapes our entire world. But have you ever really stopped to wonder where it all came from? How did we go from trading a cow for some grain to using paper, plastic, and even digital coins with a tap on our phones? This isn't just a history lesson. It is the incredible story of how money evolved, from simple bartering to the mind-blowing digital age we live in today. Get ready, because this journey is fascinating. Long before anyone ever dreamed of coins or cash, people survived through something called the barter system. It was a direct, straightforward exchange of goods and services. Imagine a farmer needing a new pot. He'd simply trade his wheat with the potter. Sounds simple, right? Well, it was. But it also came with some pretty big inconveniences. Barter relied on what's called a double coincidence of wants. That means both sides had to genuinely want what the other person was offering. And let's be real, trying to divide a cow just to buy a small sack of grain, totally impossible. As societies grew and became more complex, barter became incredibly inefficient. People desperately needed something more practical, something universal, a common medium of exchange. So, to solve the big problems of simple bartering, humans got creative and turned to something called commodity money. These were items that held value on their own, not just because someone said so. We're talking about things like salt, grain, animal skins, and perhaps, most importantly, precious metals like gold and silver. Think about it. Salt was essential for preserving food, and metals were useful for tools and jewelry. These items were valuable, they were durable, and most importantly, they were widely accepted, which made trade a whole lot smoother and more trustworthy for everyone involved. This was a massive step forward, but the game really changed around 600 BCE in the ancient kingdom of Lydia, which is modern-day Turkey. That's where the first ever metal coins were minted. Each coin had a set, consistent weight and, crucially, a royal stamp to prove its authenticity. No more guessing if your piece of gold was pure. It wasn't long before places like Greece, Rome, India, and China all adopted coins, transforming trade into a faster, much more reliable system. Coins were durable, they were portable, but as commerce absolutely exploded, carrying around massive sums of heavy metal still became a significant challenge. Imagine hauling a literal treasure chest just to buy a big shipment of goods. That challenge sparked another brilliant innovation: paper money. Believe it or not, this idea actually came from China during the Tang and Song dynasties between the 7th and 11th centuries. Merchants started using paper notes called jiaozi instead of those heavy coins. It was revolutionary. Eventually, governments saw the genius in this and began issuing their own official notes, often backed by gold or silver, which built immense trust in paper money. By the 17th century, this idea spread to Europe, and the Bank of England, established in 1694, played a huge role in spreading this new system worldwide. Our wallets today owe a lot to those ancient Chinese traders. Moving into the 19th century, many nations adopted something called the gold standard. This was a system where each paper note actually represented a fixed amount of gold, and people could exchange their paper money for physical gold anytime they wanted. It was a brilliant way to create global financial stability and trust, because everyone knew their money was backed by something tangible and precious. However, during times of war and severe economic depressions, governments found they needed more flexibility to manage their economies. The rigid nature of the gold standard eventually became a hindrance, and it collapsed in the 20th century. After the gold standard officially ended, money continued its incredible evolution, transforming into what we know today as fiat currency. Unlike gold-backed money, fiat currency has no intrinsic value. It's not made of precious metal. Its value comes purely from government trust and decree. Think about it. The paper in your wallet isn't inherently valuable, but because your country's government backs it and everyone trusts it, it becomes a powerful medium of exchange. Today, the value of your currency depends heavily on your country's economic health, its stability, and the overall confidence people have in its government. From the US dollar to the Kenyan shilling, fiat money is the backbone that powers our entire global economy. And then, with the advent of the digital age, came another mind-blowing transformation: digital money. Credit cards, mobile payment apps like M-Pesa, and online banking revolutionized how we handle our finances, making transactions faster and more convenient than ever before. No more carrying huge wads of cash, but the story doesn't stop there. Then came cryptocurrencies, decentralized digital money like Bitcoin and Ethereum, built on incredible blockchain technology. These systems are totally redefining how people think about money, making it borderless, incredibly transparent, and lightning fast. It's a whole new frontier for finance, so there you have it. From trading goats for grain in ancient times to buying NFTs online today, humanity's journey with money really reflects our constant search for trust, efficiency, and connection in a complex world. No matter the form it takes, whether it's metal, paper, or lines of digital code, money remains one of our greatest, most enduring inventions. It truly is the language of value that unites the world, constantly adapting and evolving right alongside us. Thanks so much for joining me on this historical adventure. If you found this journey as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more historical and educational documentaries right here on the channel. Your support means the world.